Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have the Hackathon Showcase, who are going to talk to you about all the great things they've been working on this week. Over to them. First up is Gopa.
Hello everyone. A warm good afternoon to you all. We are thrilled to welcome you to the showcase session of Wikimania Hackathon 2023. I am Gopa, and alongside me is Jay. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here. As you all know, we started working on the Wikimedia projects on 14th of the morning. We have put in a lot of efforts, dedication, time, and hard work since last 5 days. Now, we are ready here to show our achievements to the larger Wikimedia community. All the participants are given 5 minutes of time to talk about the projects and present them. For all the online participants, we'll be playing the videos if they have already submitted to us. So, without any further ado, let's begin with our first project.
Hi, Gopa. Why you can't start with your first project?
Sure, let's go with mine. Slide. Okay. So in this hackathon, I have created the user script to add 3D models in the commons. As we all know, there are a lot of content of images, sounds, media gallery of a lot of files in commons. There are also a huge content of 3D models which are present in commons. As it is not set to default in the template to promote the 3D media files, I have created the user script to look to promote the 3D content in the Wikimedia Commons. Next. So as you can see, these are some of the examples of 3D content in the commons. Next slide. So the script which I prepared will add the 3D models, the button, or the action items in the commons site. Next, please. So this is a script which is there in my user page. Next. Yeah,
Okay, so I would like to call the Sohom for the next slides. Hi, Sohom, please can you
Thank you, Sohom, for joining me today. So the next project is about ToolForge. It's a health monitoring tool which created by me, Sohom, and Varun, joining online today. This is a tool built to monitor all the tools which are there in the ToolForge today. As you can see, there are tons of tools developed by the volunteer communities, and some of them are inactive. So we built a tool to monitor the health status and then present in a nice graphical interface. You want to talk about the next?
Sure. So you might think, OK, this is pretty easy. You will just ping the server, and you will get the response. You'll show whether it's available or not available. Well, it turns out it's not actually that simple, because a user might want an immediate feedback. So what we do is we use async.io to run through the list of all projects that are there on ToolForge parallelly, and then we memorize the data that we get, so whether or not it's a 200 response, whether or not it fails, whether or not it's reachable at all. And based on that, we use an SQLite database and store all of that information in a database. So when a user wants to go to the next page.
Next slide.
Yeah. So the user, whenever the user wants to see the data for a specific specific tool, they can just see it immediately. So here is a code that is doing it. As you can see, we use AP scheduler, a scheduling algorithm, to run everything in the background. And every 30 minutes, as it says, ping every 30 minutes, we run the async.io event loop, and we create a list of URLs. We go to each and every URL. We check on whether or not it's available, and we store it in the database. And that should give us almost zero latency while using the tool.
This tool will be really useful for the administrators to monitor the tools and alert the tool maintainers to alert them if the tool is going down. So that's all about the ToolForge. And here are the links to the repositories. Please do have a look at them.
Thanks, Gopa and Sohom. Yeah, this is a very wonderful tool. Like now, Wikimedians can easily know which tool is currently running or not. Yeah, so thanks. So next slide, please. So now I would like to invite Bodhi and Mahir. Mahir is not here, but like Bodhi is here.
Thank you, Jay.
Next slide, please.
Yeah, so we are building a JavaScript which can annotate Wikisource text. Mostly the hard work is done by Mahir, but he's not here, unfortunately, so I have to do it for this presentation. So this is currently as deployed as a user script in under Mahir's subpage. Next slide, please. In Bengali Wikisource. Next slide. Yeah. So so actually, this JavaScript can fetch a list of Wikidata labels for selected words, word or words, a group of words maybe, from Wikisource. And after selecting the correct Wikidata items, users can link the QIDs with the words. So that is a very simple task, but it was a long awaited request for us in Wikisource. Next slide, please. Yeah, sorry. So the features are, it can work on both main namespace and page namespace, and you do not have to open the, you do not have to click on the edit button. You can work on the reading interface itself, and you can add links one by one, or you can do batch linking. It can link with Wikisource. If there is, it identifies the site links, and if there is any Wikisource link, it can directly link with Wikisource. If it is not there, then it can link with Wikipedia, then Commons, and if nothing is there, then it can directly link to Resonator. And it can also, you do not need to link the Wikidata items to the headers and footer text, so it skips those parts, and it also skips the previous links which are already added there. Next slide, please. So yeah, this is one example in a Bengali Wikisource page where the word Singapore is written in the pink color below, and you need to find the entities first, obviously, because you are going to link that to Wikidata item. Next slide. And then there is a button which you are going to change anyway, because it is an edit button, but we are going to change it into a link button maybe later, but now it is an edit button. So if you click on that button, after selecting one word, any word like Singapore here, if you click on that button, you can find the correct Wikidata items by which will be fetched from the Wikidata items, and the labels will be shown in your language. And after that, if you select the correct Wikidata item, for here, example here, the Singapore, which is the Southeast Asian country, has been selected. This is directly coming from Wikidata, and you can get a small image there to identify itself easily. And the description is also coming from Wikidata. After that, you can you can either do it like add one link at a time, or more than one links at a time in batch editing. So it will automatically add links to one page or more than one pages where the word Singapore is written. So next slide. And that's how the link, a simple link of a template is added, which can give all kinds of features. Thank you.
I think.
Oh, sorry. There is one feature addition. Sorry. We are going to add a pop-up screen where you can find a resonator summary, which will be hovered when you, which will be there when you will hover with such links. Sorry. Thank you.
I think the plus icon will be good instead of the edit icon.
Great work, Bodhi. Thank you. Next on the stage, Kelson. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. So, okay, shall we start? So, hi everyone. So, we are going to, with Emmanuel, show you what we did yesterday to generate a mobile application for a museum in Tunisia. It's not this one, yeah? No? It's not this one. The link to Google Drive in the other part. The link?
Non, 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 ça c'est dedans.
It's not this one. Can you skip?
For 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, we have added it in the Google.
No, it's there. It's there.
There.
It's here. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Yes. So, generation of mobile apps using Wikidata and Kiwix. So, this is the presentation. So, quick introduction about Kiwix. Next slide. So, Kiwix is a free and open source tool for offline content that can allow people to consult Wikipedia and other wiki projects and other free content. Next slide. So, the other concept is a zip file. The zip file format is an open file format that stores wiki content for offline users. It's used by the Kiwix app. Next. And the third concept is Wikipedia 1.0 server, which is a new tool that allows the generation, developed by Kiwix and funded by Wikimedia Switzerland, that allow the generation of zip file based on the selection of Wikipedia article that can be manual list, Sparkle query, pet scan selection, or book selection. So we used this tool yesterday to generate a mobile application for a museum of Bardo, the Museum of Bardo in Tunisia, in 3 clicks basically. Okay, so what we did, next. So this is the process. So a user will, using a Sparkle query, will connect to the Wikipedia server, will input the Sparkle query, Wikipedia server will execute the Sparkle query, retrieve the list of Wikipedia article, and retrieve the content of this Wikipedia article and the media files, and generate a zip file. The user can download the zip file and access to the mobile application for the museum. Next slide. So step 1 is the Sparkle selection. So step 1, we put the Sparkle query in the field query. Next. So this is a Sparkle query to retrieve the collection of the museum from Wikidata. Next. Then this list is saved, and we can create zip file. Next. We can request the zip file, give a name for the zip file and description, click on request zip file. Then once it's ready, we can download it. And after downloading the zip file, next slide. So we can click on download zip file. It takes few minutes basically. This is also, we can have this interface to download the zip file. Next. Then once download zip file, we can use the Kiwix mobile app to upload it. And then we have access to the museum collection. Next. And when display the Wikipedia article for this museum, the Wikipedia article can contain also an audio file, so the user can listen to the Wikipedia article while visiting the museum and reading the description of the collections. So this is what we did yesterday for the Museum of Bardo, but this is part of a bigger project, next project, called Project Makumbushu. Makumbushu means museum in Swahili language, and it should be an online platform that allows the generation of mobile application for any museum around the world. So the idea is, imagine that it's possible to generate automatically a multilingual mobile application for museum based on Wikipedia, Wikidata, and Commons. So the process should be, the user will input just the name of the museum. Makumbushu will construct the query and will execute it on Wikidata, will retrieve all the Wikipedia articles and media file and generate the mobile application automatically. So for the moment, we are still looking for funding to continue this project, to have the final version. This project can be used also for other purpose. Next, for example, we can use this project for the generation of mobile application for education, based on the new project from the Foundation Wikidata for Education. For example, As you know, with the Wikimedia Foundation started a new project called Wikidata for Education to construct a curriculum for countries. Next slide. So the process can be as follows. The user can select the country, select the grade and the level, select the courses to be included in the mobile app, then retrieve the Sparkle query that will be executed on Wikidata to retrieve the Wikipedia article, part of this course, and build the Wikipedia will build the mobile application that can be used as a resource, as education free resource for education. So basically, there is many uses that can be developed once we have this platform. For the moment, we can use the Wikis mobile app to download the zip file and install it manually. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mobile technology and user are booming, so it is great to see like we are having the development in the mobile sector as well in Wikimedia technology. So yeah, next slide, please. So I would like to invite Claude. Please come.
All right, so hi, my name is Claude. I'm a user script and tool developer. So of course, since I'm a user script developer, then pretty much obviously that means I work on front-end things. And one of the things that I've worked on this hackathon was a request by Andy Mabbott, or Pigs on the Wing. So it's a long-standing request. Actually, he's been asking for it for a very long time now, almost 9 years. And next slide, please. So if we could just look at the Fab ticket, it was recently opened. Actually, it was opened around 2020, but he's been asking for this feature for a long time now. And it's about adding the QID, showing the QID as part of the Popups. So Popups is a gadget on the English Wikipedia and a bunch of other Wikipedias. So right now, when you hover over a link to a page, it currently doesn't show the QID, which is pretty unhelpful, especially if you want to find the QID of a page. So you have to hover over the link, open in a new tab, and then show the Wikidata item, and that takes a very long time. So next slide, please. What do you mean what? So what took so long to add this into gadgets? Well, the original maintainer of navigation pop-ups hasn't been active in a long time. They haven't been active since, if I were to believe the Wikipedia page for it, then it would be around 2009. And because of that, it hasn't been getting a new features added in. So in total, what had to change? So there was just actually the data was for the data for the Wikidata item was already part of the request. So all you need to do is to expose it. So that's a simple property, and then another one to get the Wikibase repo. This is so that it could work across wikis. So this is because when you are accessing from another installation of MediaWiki, but it doesn't have a Wikibase installation connected to it, then it won't work. So what's the relevance? Well, around 58,000 people actually have this gadget enabled, according to a special gadget usage on the English Wikipedia only. So you can just imagine how many people actually use this on other wikis. And it doesn't have an active maintainer, so that's something that really needs to change. And I think that a lot of people can relate to the fact that we should really take care of our tools and the gadgets that we use a lot. And of course, why do we have to add the QID? Well, I'm not representative of the community, but I think I could, some people may agree, just make some noise if, do you like Wikidata? Okay, right, so that's because we love Wikidata, all right? So next slide, please. So this is just a short preview of what it looks like. It was a very simple change, but of course it took so long. That's why I decided to have it in a showcase here. So what basically changed is we just added the QID at the very end here. And whenever you click on the QID, it sends you to the Wikidata item. Right now it doesn't open in a new tab, but that's basically what all of the other links did. So I decided to just copy that behavior for every other link. So that's not the only issue. That's not the only issue that's open for navigation pop-ups that was reported by Pigs on the Wing. But of course, like every other hackathon, we of course plan to work on it more in the future, or work on it some other time. So this is an example of one of the gadgets that really needs some well-deserved love after all of this time, especially with all of the issues popping up. And I think this is I want to set an example for other people. I really want to, encourage others to, if you find a gadget or a tool or something that needs improvement, go ahead and try to make that change for yourselves, because we have a lot of abandoned things that we really rely on a lot. And of course, it would be very useful if we had something to make sure that it stays alive. So, thank you, everyone, for listening. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Claude. It is great to see that we have now.
Sorry, guys, so a very short interruption. We have a very quick announcement to make. We have an unattended bag right at the end of the room, and that's where the circular tables are. If that is your bag, you can see my colleague raising her hands. If that is your bag, please claim your bag. And a quick reminder to all of our participants today, please do not leave your bag on the tables or on the chairs. They should be with you the entire time. Please do not leave them unattended. So there's one bag at the back. Please claim your bag. Thank you. And back to our scheduled programming.
Great. So next on the line, Dreamy Jazz. Welcome on the stage.
Hi there. So in my little presentation, I'll be discussing a production issue that I found at the hackathon and fixed it within a couple of hours. So the title, as you can see, is Special Investigate was broken on all wikis. What broke? So as you can see, there's an internal error there that has appeared. It broke the entire tool. No idea why it wasn't noticed until now, but found it when I was at the hackathon. So as you can see there, it means the interface was completely unusable if you did a specific thing inside the interface. This made checking for sock puppets very difficult because the check user tool is very critical for our abuse mitigation. The cause and how it was fixed. So the issue was a difference in behavior between multi-wiki instances and a single wiki instance. This means that when I was testing on my local wiki, which had central auth enabled, I didn't notice the issue. Therefore, when it was pushed to production, it was fine until it wasn't fine, at which point I had to make a quick fix. It was fixed by ensuring that the correct parameter was provided for the local wiki. Now, it doesn't really matter that much. The problem was fixed very quickly, but why it matters is why I came up here. I think we as developers, and maybe even the community, oftentimes don't really have a connection, because we'll test on our local host testing wiki, which has one wiki, no central auth, no nothing to connect multiple wikis together. And so when there is an issue, it may not be seen until it's actually on wikis, and then users find it, things are broken. So what I propose is that we should do more multi-wiki testing and making sure that our patches is tested properly when we merge them in on the beta wikis. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So next on the stage, Taavi on multiple two-factor devices.
Which button? Okay. So currently, if you want to secure your account using two-factor authentication, you need to choose between if you want to use the TOTP token method or if you want to use the WebAuth security key method, but you can't use both. And this is not ideal because also this means that the recovery codes are embedded in the TOTP method and you can't use them if you use WebAuth. And so we want to encourage more people to use two-factor authentication, so I want to fix those to make it easier. The reason why it's so hard to fix is that the 2FA database table has, like, for one user, there can be only one type of 2FA device. And so to fix this, I'm adding a new table, which is, first of all, it follows all of the modern MediaWiki database conventions, like data column prefixes and all of that. But it also means that I can add multiple different types of devices to one user, which is exactly what I want. So that's, I actually had a patch written for that a while ago, but the migration script was not working, so I fixed that during the hackathon, and Amir reviewed it, and it's now in we're starting to roll out it in production, starting from a couple of private wikis that I had some people to test around, and I'm hoping that in the next coming weeks to roll it out all of the remaining private and fishbowl wikis, and then to the actual public central auth cluster. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Taavi.
Thank you, Taavi. So we have Novem on the stage next on add edit count and user creation date to special contributions. Over to you.
Hello. So I'm Novem Linguae. I am a volunteer programmer, and I work on tools such as Twinkle and Page Triage. And my project for the showcase this week was to add an edit count and user creation date to every user's contributions page. Next slide. The reason I selected this project is because it has been on the community wish list, and it seemed like some low-hanging fruit. Technically, it didn't seem too complicated. The patch is pretty small, so I went ahead and picked that one. Somebody else had attempted a patch, but something happened and it didn't get finished, so I went ahead and worked on it. I ended up creating a different patch from scratch that was a little bit less technically complicated. I didn't want it to get stuck in code review. So this is what user contributions looks like before any changes at all. And this is some of the code I added. So I decided to just put the information as a string right below the top of the page. And to do that, you need to use classes such as message and HTML. So not too much code. That's only like 15 or 20 lines there. And that's what it looks like after I merged the first of the two patches, a user with one edit in this case. So everybody can see that. You don't have to use a third-party tool anymore, such as Xtools, to find that information. You don't have to go to your special preferences. You can just check a user's contribution page. And it doesn't take up too much space, but you still get that critical information. Got to mark it as done on the wish list. That feels good. Always good to get wishes done. So then I decided to do a part 2. I decided we should put the account creation date as well, since the original patch had that and it looked useful. So I went ahead and did that as well. Kind of used the same technique. I used the message class, and then I added it to with the HTML class there at the bottom. A little bit of concatenation. And there's the account created date. And this should deploy hopefully on Thursday, and then you can see it on all your wikis, and it'll eventually be translated into every language. Thank you.
Great. That's so great contribution from Novem. Thank you very much. So next we have Gyano on the stage on improving Twitter to commons. Welcome on the stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Gyano. I'm from Odia Wikimedia community. So before some days, we have developed a tool that's called Twitter to Commons. What it does, this tool is created to upload. We have actually collaborated with our local government to upload images from their social media to Commons. And this tool developed to bring the images from Twitter to Commons. So there are few templates. It adds the templates automatically, and it also a user can also add categories to that. There is a demo link you can check later. Can we go next slide? This is how the tool looks like. A user, just when user clicks on the show tweets, it shows different like 10 to 20 images. You can show more tweets, and once you select the image, you can there is a pop-up appears. You can select the image and add categories and add description and upload it to Commons. So here are some statistics. Next slide, please. Next slide. Here are some statistics. So these people have involved, and this number of images have been uploaded. Next slide, please. Okay, so the problem is, now this tool is not working. There are two issues because the Twitter has started, before it was providing the API for free. Now it is started asking money. And also there is an issue because Indian credit cards are not working for Twitter API. So here, next slide please. So here I try to fix the issue by using some libraries, some Python or other libraries, so that we can replace the API thing with libraries that can use directly without fetching the Twitter API. So I have used Twint and other APIs. I have tried to use different APIs. Next slide, please. So I have tried, worked on it. There are two things. First thing, The library, this tool has been developed in PHP, and the Python tools is not working well with it. And another thing is we have to make the data to work with the tool. So the work is on, and anyone who is expert in Python can help me or provide some other assistant to me. The work is on. Thank you so much for listening to me.
That was a great presentation. I hope you'll be getting a lot of contributors to the project. Thank you, Gyanu. And the next,
We would like to invite Bodhi and Sohom. Please come to the stage.
Right. So we worked on this project called Bengali currency numerals. So did you know that page numbering can be hexadecimal? We know about Roman numbering. We know about numbering in other systems. But there is a way of numbering pages in Bengali where we use hexadecimal numbers to number the pages. Next slide. So this was proposed back 2-3 years back, originally by Rishikesh and also Bodhi. And the idea is instead of manually entering these hexadecimal numbers, we would use, say, something like Bengali currency, and that would automatically fill in the page numbers for us for a range. I will hand over it to Bodhi to talk about the exact issue.
So the old Indian currency system, there was Anna, Paisa, and Rupee. The slides are slightly wrong here, but 16 Annas constitute 1 Rupee. And in India, this system is not valid anymore. We have moved into decimal system. So in Bengali, there is a saying called Sholo Anna, that means 1 Rupee, that means complete. It also goes to that in our culture in a different way also. So this system, this hexadecimal currency system is used heavily in Bengali books, old Bengali books, which are printed mostly before 1950s in India. And this looks like this, the red ones. So previously, what we had to do during making an index page, making a table of content, we had to manually put all these markings one by one, because there was no system to put it in an automatic way. So that was our pain point, and Sohom did it, I guess.
Yeah. Next slide. We already have a method of getting, we already have a method of getting the numbers from other writing systems. So we have Bengali, Devanagari, Roman, Tamil, etc. And these all take from the ICU database, the International Components of Unicode database. But as it turns out, the International Components of Unicode does not have the Bengali currency numbers. So we can't actually copy their homework and add it to our tool. So next slide. So we had to build it on our own, DIY. So what we ended up doing is we hard-coded 0 to 10, and then we employed a trick. Because the moment you go to higher numbers, the numbering system switches to the normal Bengali number. So what we say is that we take the first digit, we do our own transposition on that, we translate that to the numbering scheme, and then we conveniently switch to number formatter, which has access to the ICU database, and that will do the rest for us. And next slide. So this has been implemented, and so now when you say PRP Bengali currency, you get a list of all the pages are numbered according to the Bengali currency system. That's our contribution to proofread page. It still hasn't been merged, but it will be soon, and you will be able to see it on all wiki sources. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bodhi. Thanks, Soham.
Yeah.
So next we have the project on Sparkle Challenge. Welcome, Nicholas, on the stage.
Yay! So the hackathon is not just only for developers, but everything related to techniques. So I didn't develop anything. Instead, 2 days ago, I did a Sparkle challenge session, a fun way to test your knowledge of Sparkle and to compare it with other. Next slide. So the idea is to having fun together, to do Sparkle together, if you like Sparkle, but it's a way to like Sparkle. The original idea is not mine, so credits to the University of New Brunswick. We did it online in 2021 with Andrew Lee, who was there, Jan Anneli, Albin, and myself. And so we decided to replicate and adapted the idea for Singapore, Wikimania 2003. The challenge has 2 parts. The challenge itself, where we ask the question, and you have to answer the most question the most rapidly possible. And then there's a second part where we look at the answer together and compare, oh, you did it that way, I did it that way anyway. Next slide. Because it's a challenge, because Sparkle query can be challenging. There was 10 questions, 13 minutes. We had 5 teams that showed up, mostly people alone, so teams of 1 person. An interesting fact is that 1 person just learned about Sparkle 2 days before, thanks to OATHAuth, by the way. Thank you. And he did join the challenge. Yay! The 10 questions are simple and less simple, so it grows in difficulty, and they are made expressly to discover new aspects, to challenge people to do more things, to discover things that they don't know exist in Sparkle already. So I won't show the 10 questions. You can find it online if you want to challenge yourself. No spoilers. But one question that I think is partly interesting is, how do you say Singapore in French? So the answer is supposed to be Singapore. And there's a lot of ways to do it. You can query the item label. There's 2 ways to do it. There's an official name property inside items in Wikidata that you can use, or it can be with lexemes, and it can be a lot of other ways. So I knew when I asked the question that different people can find different ways to find the answer, and they did. So yeah. And at the end, we have 20 minutes at the end of the challenge to discuss this kind of question. And again, if you look at the page on the pre-talks or Evente or Wikimania website, you will find the question and the answer. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you. And I hope to do it one more time, maybe next year or at the WikiDataCon. So maybe see you again.
Hope to see you again. Thank you. So next, welcoming Slovenia onto the stage on Wikidata, maps, and POS. Welcome, Slovenia.
Hello. My name is Slavina Stepanova. I'm a software engineer with the cloud services team at the Wikimedia Foundation. And somehow I got dragged into hackathon planning for this Wikimania, which has been an honor, but it means that I didn't really have serious hacking time at this hackathon. But I still decided to take this opportunity to explore some things that I don't do in my day job. So I'm a newbie at Wikidata and Sparkle, and I wanted to do something with maps as well. So that's what I've been exploring. Next slide, please. Yeah, so Nicola and other Sparkle experts, please don't judge my query. I'm a newbie. So I decided to do a pretty simple thing, and that was to take use POS and directly from POS make a query to Wikidata. So if you don't know what POS is, it's a Foundation-hosted instance of Jupyter Notebooks. So Jupyter Notebooks is used a lot by data scientists, analysts, or anyone who wants to explore data and who doesn't want to have to install programming languages on their computer. It's just a really easy way to get started. And our instance is very good because it integrates with different things, like the dumps, like the replicas of the databases. So POS is really convenient for a lot of things. So what I did then was try to find the 50 highest mountains in Southeast Asia. So that's what this Wikidata Sparkle query is about. And then simply take them and put them onto a map. So next slide, please. OK, so this is the code that it's basically a Python library. It's called Folium. It's really nice if you want to do some mapping data. And this is not a lot of code. I thought this would be easy peasy. I thought that I was just going to take this and like easily create a tutorial for other people. And then I tried to render my map. Next slide. And nothing. I expected to have 50 pins on the map, and there was absolutely nothing. So I went back to my code, started doing some series debugging, like interspersing it with print statements, and just like squinting, as you do. And still nothing. I thought, OK, I'm tired, I'm jet lagged, what's going on? Trying to find the error, there was nothing apparently wrong. So I went to my last resort, sort of last-ditch effort. Next slide, please. Ask ChatGPT. What is wrong with this? So I had taken a snippet of like hard-coded location just to see what happened. And ChatGPT answered, you got the order of your latitude and longitude coordinates wrong. So I'm not a map expert. I wasn't able to see this myself. So thank you, ChatGPT. And after this, next slide, please. We have a map with the 50 highest mountains. So nothing advanced, but it was fun. And I think I will turn it into an actual tutorial at the end of this. So thank you.
Thanks, Lavina.
Hello.
The sea, under the sea. Okay.
Hi, hello everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to don't use Google Documents. Yeah, and this is a stupid presentation that will start. Yeah, it works. Thank you so much. So let's start a bit about interesting achievements during this hackathon. I'm showing you a steam locomotive during a Wikimania. I think this is the first time ever. Now let's, yeah, thank you so much. Now let's talk about less interesting things. I'm here because thanks to the community, I played with you again to improve Forge. That you know, Forge is the weird name of Fabricator because Fabricator died. Yes. And so now the real name of Fabricator is Forge. We are doing a migration of Fabricator. So now this is Forge, not Fabricator. And again, thank you again for all the people who allowed us to discover some interesting features of Fabricator, like the ability to generate this kind of thing with this syntax. So in whatever task in Fabricator, you can use this syntax to generate this kind of messages. And thank you to all the persons who fixed all the bugs that are listed in this page. Like, for example, now we have a link to the home page highlighted with peppers. Now, there was nobody know the homepage of Forge. Now, somebody knows the homepage of Forge. Now, there is a dark mode somehow better supported with a lot of fixes like that. Also, somehow now the workboards on Microsoft Windows users are less weird, I don't know. And also thank you for the person who fixed this No, thank you for the person who introduced this feature. You cannot listen this, but there is a one-up song when you drag a task from a column to another. This is totally unuseful, but awesome. Also, on mobile users now, if you're looking for a repository with 1 billion lines, now they don't are messed up anymore. Nice to have. And again, a lot of fixes. It's incredible how many fixes we were able to release in just 2 years. This is 2 years of work. Is awesome. So now you can see the icons on, yeah. And again, a lot of very interesting things. Do you use milestones on Fabricator? Now you can rename a milestone, another year of development. That's great, and I think there is anything more to be shown, but if you write the story of your life in a task, now it's less probable to lose your changes. So again, thank you everybody for your patches. Thank you everybody for your time, and let's improve Fabricator. Forge. Let's improve Forge together because we can. And now we have some people reviewing your patches. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our hackathon showcase. We're going to have an extended tea break now. So we'd like everybody to come back at 4:15 for getting everybody ready for the closing ceremony. And then after that, we'll be heading to Gardens by the Bay. The buses will be leaving from 6 downstairs in Suntech. So go and enjoy yourself, mingle, catch up with people, enjoy your tea, and we'll see you here at 4:15.
Hello. Thanks for everyone for being here. Either you are in person or the online. It is great to see you all and see the hard work. We all did the hard work to make it this event. So now we are at the end of the event and we are having the closing ceremony for the hackathon. So I would like to invite everyone from the technology track program committee, especially Slavina. Please come to on stage. She did very hard work and lead the entire program, so special thank you to her. Okay, please everyone comes to here, whoever in the technology track committee.
All the volunteers of
please come.
technology committee, please come to the stage.
Again, it is great to see you all. Anybody wants to add something?
Thanks for joining us for the group photo today.
Let's get all the hackathon people up here.
No.
No, he said he could. I asked the guy, can we have more people? Let's get all those hackathon people up here.
We are welcoming all the hackathon participants on the stage for the group photo.
Please come, everyone.
Woohoo! All hackers on the stage. Yay!
Some can come over to this side, so we don't need to just splash to one side.
Come in a bit closer. Come in a bit closer. Yeah, should we go to the front row too? Neil or not? Neil? So just a couple more people. Yeah, go on. Yeah. How about someone here? Yes, good. Huh? James? Slow down, please. James, come on. Where's James? He's going. Safe for.
3, 2, 1, Ricky!
Just make it WFM. Hey. Say one more. Okay, circle shot. Everyone get in a circle right here. Around Slavina. Thanks, Slavina. Woo! Everyone get in a circle right here. Pack it in. This season does not